Hi everyone, I hope you're having an amazing day so far. My name is Dina and on my channel I talk about all things green, including plants, sustainability, and plant-based food. And I also have my own small business, so I may talk about small business or Etsy tips as well. If you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, like this video, and feel free to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at EarthlingDina or at ReadySet.co, which is my small business page. So in today's video, I am going to be trying to propagate my Hoya. This is a Hoya Crimson Queen. There's not very much crimson on it, but I have a new leaf that is pink, so that's kind of exciting. I'm not really sure when they get pink, like under what conditions. Mine isn't very pink at all, but it's still beautiful and I really wanted to try propagating it. So yeah, I've never done it and I really want to, so I'm gonna make a video about it and show you guys the results, if there are any results. So if you're seeing this, there probably were results. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to propagate it. I might try a couple different ways so we can see maybe which way is the most successful, at least for me. And if you try it, or if you have tried propagating Hoya before, let me know in the comments, tell me how it went, and if you have any tips for me, because I definitely want to propagate more, especially now that it's spring and summer, and I really want to create more plants out of my original plants. So let's get into it. I do like all of my repottings and propagations, any plant care stuff in the kitchen because it's just easier to clean up. There's nothing like by my plant shelf that I have as a nice setup to film or to do anything, so that's why I'm in my kitchen. The lighting isn't the best because it's just my kitchen lights, but I thought I would just make a matcha real quick, so that's what I'm waiting for. Let me know if you like coffee or matcha more, or both. Honestly, I like them both, but I'm trying to drink a little less coffee because I get a little jittery if I drink too much, so. Okay, so I did a little bit of reading, not that much, but basically I figured out how to propagate Hoya. I figured it out. I'm sounding like I sound so smart. So there's a couple different ways I'm going to try. By that I mean I'm going to try different mediums that I'm going to put my Hoya into. So I'm going to chop probably like one of these leaves, or like one of these stems. I don't want to like make it smaller, but I really want to try this, so I'm gonna try it. I just watered this Hoya. If it looks kind of bad, it's because I just watered it. It needed water and it still hasn't, you know, sucked it all up yet. So okay, you're gonna want to take a clean pair of scissors. If you have alcohol, clean it with alcohol. It's the best thing to do. I don't, so I just washed it with soap. But basically, I'm gonna take this entire guy. Let's do it. So I have this here. I'm just gonna chop the whole thing. I really hope this works out, and I hope one of them works out because I will be sad if I lose this. So I just cut it at the base, and now I'm gonna chop this one up into multiple pieces. So let's just put this guy away. And so now I have this here. I think what I'm gonna do, I see there's kind of like, I don't know if it's considered a node. These here are like little bumps. These here, I'm gonna cut in between them so that I have like 3 different pieces. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is just cut them. I have a bunch of different containers here that I'm gonna try putting them in. But first, let's figure out how we're gonna cut this. So I think I'm gonna keep this whole bunch together. I'm gonna cut here. Oop. And then here as well. Like that. So this one here, we'll start out with number 1. We're gonna try water propagation. So I'm just gonna take this cute little jar that used to be for juice. I like reusing them. I just take off the sticker and I reuse it for propagations. It's free and more sustainable. Got my water. Then I'm gonna stick it in. I'm gonna fill it up a little more with water. Making sure the one node is underneath the water, but I'm not sure if that'll, I hope that helps it. So that one I'm just gonna set aside. The next thing I'm gonna try is sphagnum moss. So I'm just going to make it very moist to start. The reason I wanted to try sphagnum moss is because when I had my alocasia poly and I repotted it, I got these little corms from it and I tried to make them grow in sphagnum and it actually worked. So I'm hoping this will make this Hoya grow roots. But I don't have a lot of experience with sphagnum. I had my Anthurium clarinervium in sphagnum and I just didn't do well. It's my fault, but I hope I can pay more attention to these guys so that they do well. So I just put like moss at the bottom, and then I wonder if I should, I think I'm gonna cut this one into 2. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it into 2 and stick like the whole stem underneath the sphagnum. In my water propagation, I just stuck like half of the stem underneath. So I'm not sure how that's gonna do. And then I'm gonna put like a little bit of sphagnum over top of it too. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. What I have here is the leaf sticking out. Every other part is underneath the sphagnum. What I'm going to do now is I'm gonna put the whole thing in a plastic bag, and every once in a while when I see that it's drying out, I'm gonna spray to keep moisture in there, which hopefully will help it root. I've had luck with that before, so I hope this one works out. I always have luck with water propagation, but I've never done Hoya. Hoya is such a confusing plant to me. Okay. So I'm gonna set this one aside and I'm gonna put it in a bag after. Now for this little clump of leaves here, I think I'm gonna cut it into a few just in case it doesn't do well. I'm gonna cut it into 3 different parts, making sure each one has like, you know, pieces to it that can probably root. I don't even know where it roots from. I didn't really Google that yet, but I'm assuming there's like nodes on it. One thing I noticed is that some of the stems have these little, let me show you because I didn't do the research for this yet. It has like these little bumps on it, if you see those there. I'm not sure if that could be roots, but I'm gonna Google it and I'll paste a text at the bottom to see what it could be. So the last thing I'm gonna try is perlite. I've never had luck with perlite before, but I see everybody else potting perlite and they're like, oh, it's so easy. So I must just be making it hard. Here I got my perlite. It's very dusty, so I'm gonna put on a mask because I made a reel and somebody's like, watch out for the perlite dust, it's not good to breathe it in. So I was like, thank you for watching out for me. So I'm gonna put on a mask and then I'm gonna pour perlite into this bowl, I think, and then wet it and then pour out the excess water. I think you leave a little bit of water at the bottom, but that's what I'm gonna try to do. Obviously, if there's stuff that isn't working out as I go along, I'm gonna put in clips and say what I did wrong, because this is more like a trial and error rather than a tutorial. I've never done this before, but I thought it'd be exciting to try doing it and let you guys know how things turned out for me, because I always watch like expert videos of how to do things, and I'm like, oh, they know what they're doing, like look, they're doing so perfectly. And then I try it and it doesn't work for me. So I like doing like a trial and error, kind of to show you guys, you know, what us beginner to intermediate plant parents are capable of, and just really like be honest about what might work, what might not, and it might be different for other people. So I'm gonna go get a mask on. And I mean, of course I have a mask, because who doesn't have a mask these days? I think Ontario is actually thinking about lifting the mask mandate. I don't know, I know some other provinces have, like Alberta, but we have not yet. Honestly, not sure how I feel about it. But anyway, I'm just gonna open my bag here. I'm used to wearing a mask for like literally 8 hours a day, well almost, because I used to work retail, so we used to have to wear a mask. At least it wasn't these fabric ones. I like how they look more, but honestly it gets stuffier. Okay, I think I'm gonna scoop it so it flies less. Hi, baby. I'm just gonna scoop the perlite into my glass bowl. Do you guys want to see a terrarium video? I would love to make a terrarium. If you have any tips about what kind of terrarium to make, or what kind of thing you would want to see, let me know in the comments, because I want to make a terrarium video now, because I have so many of these glass bowls. I don't even know where I got them from. They're like fish bowls, but yeah, it's so dusty. It's coming into my eyes, but I'm glad I'm not breathing it in. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna put. I'm gonna leave this on for a second and I'm gonna wet this. Oh my gosh. Simba! Okay, I kind of like sieved it out. And I'm gonna just put it back in there. Oh my god, I'm making a mess. I don't know how to use perlite, so I'm just trying to use it like this. Maybe that's why all of my stuff has failed, because I don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go research it quick, make sure I'm doing this right. There's my perlite. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Hi, baby. Baby Simba. Baby Simba. This is my baby. I love him so much. Oh, I could give him so many kisses. But, goodbye, sir. Okay, so it seems like I'm doing this right. I did a little research on perlite, again, just to make sure that I'm using it right. And that seems to be the case. I'm just gonna pat it down a little bit. I'm gonna bring you down a little bit to see. Okay, so I'm just gonna place my cuttings in there and like bury them with the perlite. The perlite apparently should never be never be wet, but it should always remain moist. So that makes sense. I'm gonna get a little tool. I got this like little tool to try to help me here, just so that I had perlite on the parts that would root, but not so much on the leaves. This is so fun, honestly. This is why I really want to do a terrarium, because it's kind of what it feels like with my little tiny, this is a spade, shovel. Okay, I think I'm gonna give it a little bit of a spray now because it's to keep it more moist, I guess. This, I think I let them dry out too much, so I'm just gonna spray it a bit. Try to get some off of the leaves. I also think it wasn't bright enough last time. Okay, so I have my 3 different mediums here. I have my moss, I have water, and then I have perlite. The sphagnum moss, I am going to just put it in a bag. And seal it up. Actually, I'm going to spray a little bit in the bag just to keep it moist. Spray around a bit. Okay. Make a little air. So this is what I did with my my alocasia corms, and it worked really well, so I'm hoping this works. I let it air out every once in a while, and then I respray it to keep it moist and humid inside. So this is the moss. I'm not gonna do anything with the water. I'm just gonna check it every once in a while to see if anything's happening. But yeah, I'm just gonna let this one sit with the rest of my propagations. And this one, I think I'm gonna cover it up as well with maybe I have another bag I can use actually. I'm gonna try to see if I have another bag or something that I can cover it with. I don't use plastic bags regularly. I prefer to use reusable ones, but none of them are big enough, so let me see. I found another bag. If I ever get something in plastic bags, I just save the bags to reuse, so I think I can slide this in. Never mind, I don't think so. Ooh, is it gonna fit? That's what she said. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of The Office, so my maturity level right now is not. It's Michael Scott, basically. Alright, so I'm just gonna slip it in. Perfect. So I don't think it's gonna close, but it does kind of cover, which I think will help keep the humidity. We'll see how it goes. If I take it off, I'll let you know. But I've seen other people do this, so that's why I wanted to try it too. So this is my perlite. I'm gonna come and check in about a week, or if I notice anything happening before that. Nothing probably will happen before that, but yeah, we'll see. So let's just go put these away, and I will see you in a second. Okay, so it has been about a week since I chopped these guys up and started propagating them. I noticed this one in water is growing some roots. So see if you can see that there. It's starting to grow little roots, but nothing huge yet. And then I also have the one in sphagnum moss. One of these guys is growing roots, so you can see this one here. Yeah, so those two have been working. I haven't checked the perlite yet, so I'm gonna do that right now and see if there's any. But I'm kind of thinking I might switch some of the perlite ones into the moss because the moss seems to be working. But the other one hasn't rooted yet, so stick that back in there. This one in perlite seems to have a bit of a root. If you can see that right there. There. That is a bit of a root. So nothing too big yet, but seems to be working out too.